Busy the Busy Bee, a story about saving the bees. Bees are tiny, but they are always happy and hardworking, always busily buzzing from one bud to another. They visit pink flowers and yellow buds collecting pollen and nectar. At the end of the day, they bring home all these goodies. Because of the hardworking tiny bees, flowers and buds grow into fruit that everyone loves to eat. But people want to grow more fruits, so they try to use different kinds of chemicals to make fruits grow faster and bigger. Little do they know, these chemicals hurt the hardworking tiny bees. Once upon a time in the Tiny Buds Kingdom, there was a family of tiny, busy bees. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining and the busy bees were flying out early in the morning. They happily traveled from bud to bud, one flower to another, humming happy songs while working hard. Whenever they visit a bud or a flower, they pick up a special dust called pollen on their tiny feet and bring it to the next one. This helps each flower and bud grow into yummy fruits. Busy, the tiniest bee, just finished visiting all his favorite buds and flowers.
Soon you'll all grow into yummy fruits. My work today is done.
Busy was ready to fly back home. Suddenly, Busy noticed a different kind of smell in the air and felt a little dizzy. It was the chemicals. Busy became so dizzy on the way back home that he flew and flew and flew in circles and eventually got lost. Busy could not find the way. Busy began to cry.
How do I get home? I'm lost and tired and dizzy.
Busy kept flying until he saw something black and white moving below. It was a baby panda in the strawberry field picking strawberries. Busy flew lower and said,
Hello, my name is Busy. I'm lost. Could you help me find my way home?
Oh, hello, Busy. I'm Chubby. Oh no, you look tired and dizzy. Would you like to rest on my shoulder for a while? I know who can help us. Busy rested on Chubby's shoulder and the two went home together to Mommy Panda. Mommy Panda took care of Busy until he felt better. While Busy was dizzy though, he could not visit the flowers and buds and they stopped growing into fruits. The flowers and buds wished that Busy and the other bees would visit them soon. Busy eventually got better. He was very excited to go back to his favorite trees and buds and flowers and do his tiny job of visiting them every day and helping them grow into fruits. Even though Busy got lost for a while, Busy and Chubby found each other. They became the best of friends. This story tells us that we have to help even the tiniest creature, like the bee. They are an important part of our big, big world, and when they're lost and dizzy, it's our job to make sure they find their way back home.
Hello to all the mommies, daddies, and of course tiny buddies watching us today. Welcome to another lunchtime live stream with your favorite team, Tiny Buds! We are so excited today because it is just a few more days until Daddy's Day. Ayan, Father's Day na. Grabe. And of course, we've already made it all the way till June. We're already half of the year. Ang bilis-bilis ng panahon natin this year, right? Of course, we are putting the spotlight on our daddies. Now, I know you guys are very interested to find out why the title of our live stream today is the Daddy Buds Club. Bakit magbubukas na ba ng club si Tiny Buds? Well, let me explain. So for this year, we really wanted to push the envelope and to really think about what it means to be a dad in this time and age. Iba na kasi ang panahon natin ngayon, di ba? The daddies back then and what they are expected to know and to do is different nowadays, no? So, ano ba ibig sabihin for us to be a daddy bud? Let's pop it up. Ayan, okay? So, for those watching, bakit daddy buds? Well, for us, daddy buds, they are daddies who are proud to be hands-on and involved in baby's care. Diba? Ito pa lang, sasabihin ko sa inyo, back then, when we were starting out as well with Tiny Buds, when we used to do events, yung physical events back then, ayan, usually talaga, it's only the moms who are at the events. But as the years progress, yung mga recent years, palaging kasama na ang daddies. At hindi lang yan, ang mga daddies paminsan, sila pa ang nagde-desisyon sa mga products na bibilhin for their little ones. O, diba? Ang galing. And of course, there are some daddies naman na talaga very brave sila. Sila lang ang pupunta sa event at nakaganyan yan. Nakalabas ang cellphone, naka-video call, nakaganyan siya. Ano, tama ba to? Ito ba bibilin ko? Tama ba yan? Ganyan, di ba? Sobrang cute. Alam niya yan. Relate dyan. Comment below kung relate. Kung kayo ba ay nakapag-try ng magbigay ng instructions on how to shop to your partner, sa mga daddies natin, at you let them go and shop for the baby items that they need. Of course, to saludong-saludo tayo to all of these daddies who are very hands-on and very involved, and that's why we have put a name to them, and from now on we want to call them our daddy buds. So if you know anyone in your life, your partner, your cousin, your kapitbahay, your sibling, anyone that you know who is a daddy bud, I hope that you can invite them to watch this live stream. And of course, how do you do that? Don't forget to like and to share. All right. So again, as I mentioned, Father's Day or Daddy's Day is coming up. So I just want to give you guys a very simple reminder, especially if you have friends or family from around the world. You can actually shop Tiny Buds Global by checking out this website. So we're gonna pop it up over here. So for those who have friends or family abroad, you can go and check out tinybudsbaby.ca and you can grab some of your favorite items and get it shipped to them. So it covers North America, it covers other countries and other continents as well. So kung meron kayong daddy bud in mind na, oy, magandang magregalo kasi first time dad siya at daddy bud siya, I'm sure magiging very hands-on siya, head on over to tinybudsbaby.ca. Now, if you're shopping locally here in the Philippines, no problem. You guys know where to get the items already. And yes, baby items are also a great gift to a first-time daddy bud. Okay, ayan. So, of course, we are here to discuss about the daddy buds. Who are the daddy buds? And of course, hindi lang yan, we are also going to be giving out so many prizes! So, ilabas na natin ang ating first giveaway today. Pop it up. Ayan, eto. And this goes to, of course, our most engaged viewer. So if you are a first-time Tiny Buds live stream watcher, let me explain how this goes for you. The most engaged giveaway goes to the person who has the most amount of comments, of hearts, of energy sa comment section down below. That is from the start till the end of the live stream. So comment lang kayo ng comment. Now, the second thing that you need to do is to like and share. Remember, guys, sharers are winners and winners are sharers. Makikita po namin talaga if you are a sharer when you are sharing this live stream and whenever you comment down below. So anybody who is a share is eligible for this very big special prize. Follow Tiny Buds. We have our different social media channels where you can follow us. We are on Instagram at Tiny Buds Baby, here on Facebook, Tiny Buds, and also on TikTok at Tiny Buds Baby as well. So make sure to follow those social media accounts. And finally, the winner for today is going to be posted in the official Tiny Buds Viber group. Now, if you want to get an invitation to that Viber group, just DM us here on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, wherever, and ask us for the Viber group invitation. We are going to be sending that to you ASAP. So good luck to all the commenters and viewers today. May you be the most engaged winner. And again, that will be announced in our Viber group. So let us jump in to our first guest for today. I'm so excited. Today we are getting to meet not one, but two Daddy Buds. Ayan, let's pop it up. All right, all the mommies and of course Daddy Buds that are watching, I know you guys are so excited to start off and meet our two Daddy Buds whom we are going to be learning so much from today. So super excited na ba kayo? If you are, hit that heart button down below. So I know that you guys are super duper duper excited. Our first Daddy Bud guest is a very very special person. He is a daddy of two little boys. Grabe talaga, two little boys. And not just that, but this next guest, this first guest is an actor, a commercial model, a songwriter, and a reality show star. And maybe you know him from his latest project, which was Ang Probinsyano. So without further ado, let's welcome our first Daddy Bud guest, Mr. Kaiser Boado!
Hello! Hello everyone! Hi! Kamusta kayo dyan? Hope everyone's safe.
Ayan! So Daddy Kaiser, where are you filming from today?
Right now, nasa bayan ko sa Davao.
Wow! Oh my gosh, talagang nationwide na tayo ngayon to all the mommies and Daddy Buds watching. Ayan. So, Daddy Kaiser, nako, sobrang exciting to have you here. Now, you have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old. So, fresh na fresh talaga ang pagiging bagong daddy. Ayan. So, tell us...
Super! Ako na lang yung hindi fresh.
Okay, so Daddy Kaiser, it's been a very wild 2 years for you, diba? Syempre, with the lockdown, tapos you also had your 2 little ones. Tell us naman, what was the first moment you felt like a dad talaga?
Yung first moment, I think yung hindi yung nagbubuntis pa yung misis ko eh. Nung first na nag-change ako ng diaper.
Ay, talaga?
I think yun.
Oh my God.
Oo, kasi ako naman, wala naman akong alam ibang gawin eh. Umarte lang, magsulat ng kanta, mag-perform. So, sobrang bago sa akin yung may baby ka na aalagaan, may papalakihin ka na. So, parang nung time na first time ako nagpalit ng diaper ng baby ko, nung firstborn, doon talaga nag-sink in lahat na eto na yon.
Oh my
Tatay
God.
ka na, marami nang magbabago. So, yun.
Oh, and speaking of guys, kung hindi nyo pa na-follow si Daddy Kaiser, his skits online, sobrang funny. As in, sakit siyan sa super tawa. Sobrang love your skits, love everything that you do. And thank you, of course, for making all of us smile continuously. And I remember, Daddy Kaiser, yung nag-post ka nung first diaper change, naalala ko yon. Kasi talagang na-feel ko rin yung parang, ay, nandiyan na si Daddy Kaiser sa ganyang stage in life niya. Alam mo, Daddy
Maluwa-luwa
Kaiser,
pa ako.
grabe. And you know, I have to tell you that we love that you are posting about dad content. Kasi kulang yung dad content natin out there. A lot of fathers, diba, feeling nila, I don't know nahiya ba sila or what, but you're one of those na talaga you're posting about it and you're showing the world ganito ang pagiging tatay. Hands-on na
Wow,
daddy
thank you.
bod. Ayan,
Siguro baka natatakot lang yung iba sa career nila, 'di ba? Like ako, 'di ba, umaarte ako. Syempre yung iba sinasabi na pag may baby ka na, baka hindi ka na kunin. Pero pag nandun na yung baby mo, parang gusto mong ipakita sa buong mundo na eto anak ko. Yan, ito yung ginagawa namin. Proud ka. So yun.
I love that. I love that so much. And yes, for the all the other daddy buds watching, wag mahiya, 'di ba? Kayang-kaya yan. And of course, when we are posting as well, you show the other dads na, uy, syempre, ito yung life talaga. Ganito ang ginagawa ng isang dad. And that really helps. So, Daddy Kaiser, you've been through a lot of ups and downs. Can you tell us, ano yung hardest thing na pinagdaanan mo as a parent?
Hardest, I think yung baby ko kasi nagkaroon ng rectal polyp.
Mm-hmm.
So, twice siya inoperahan. So, I think yung pinakauna, kasi nagkaroon ng bara yung sa yung opening sa rectum niya. So, hirap siya mag-poop, tapos nagbe-bleed, tapos yung process nung papunta-punta kayo sa hospital, tapos sinisweruhan siya. Ayun, yung buong process nung bago yung operation, sobrang sakit tingnan ng baby na at that age, nasasaktan siya ng gano'n, na-experience niya yung gano'n. Pero thanks be to God naman kasi ngayon sobrang healthy na niya. Sobrang kulit, yan, tumataba na rin, so okay naman.
How old was he around the time when it happened?
1-year-old yata siya nun, yung first time. Twice kasi yan 1-year-old, tsaka bago siya mag 2-year-old.
Okay, so talaga twice pa niya napagdaanan ang talaga, no? It's more than the physical stress, talaga very emotionally naka-stress talaga yung ganung situation. And
parang mas nasasaktan ka para sa kanya
Correct. So, I'm so glad to hear that he's so much better now. And yun nga, makulit na nakikita na namin sa mga posts mo all the time. Ayan. Okay. And of course, Daddy Kaiser, maybe you can tell us, anong iyong daddy superpower? Like something that you are super skilled at as a dad or as a parent?
I think yung superpower ko is kaya ko rin maging super mommy. Joke. I mean, yung energy na binibigay ko, kasi medyo, ito siguro yung advantage pag medyo bata-bata ka pa tapos may baby. Kasi parang mataas pa yung energy mo, nalalaro-laro mo pa siya, nakakapaghabulan kayo. So I think yung superpower ko doon is my stamina and my energy.
Ayan.
Kumbaga.
Baka mas makulit ka pa kaysa sa dalawang yon.
Oo, sa ngayon, mas makulit ako sa kanila. Hindi nila ako natatalo sa kakulitan. Hanggang makatulog sila, laro lang kami ng laro.
And that is, it's funny kasi kahit sinasabi mo, it's just playtime. For the child, it's not just play, it's quality time, di ba? Para bonding time with daddy or with the parent. Napakaganda. Daddy Kaiser, tell us naman how you're able to balance your time, especially when you are doing your tapings or your shows. Paano mo nababalance ang family time with the little ones?
Sa ngayon, kumbaga, wala pa sa masyadong taping kasi ngayon So, nag-aasikaso muna ako sa business namin. And minimake sure ko lang talaga na every time nasa bahay ako, kumbaga, dun lahat ng attention ko. So, maliban sa misis ko, dun sa mga bata talaga lagi. Kasi sobrang bilis nila lumaki, promise, as in. Minsan yung 3-month-old ko, binilang ko ng damit. Pagbalik ko sa bahay, hindi na kasya sa kanya. Kasi sobrang nabilis talaga lumaki. Promise. Kaya dapat every second, every minute counts talaga. Dapat quality time lagi yung binibigay mo sa bata.
I love that so much. And Daddy Kaiser, we talked about this before the show, ang misconception ng pagiging tatay. So, maybe you can share with us yung answer na shinare mo sa akin. Ano ba yung misconception na gusto mong alisin na, guys, mga daddies, don't think this way. It's not true.
Ano ba yung sinagot ko?
Review tayo.
Hindi, pero tawag dito. Kumbaga yung pagiging dad kasi iniisip ng iba na sobrang hirap eh. Kumbaga mawawalan ka na ng freedom, hindi mo na magagawa yung career na gusto mo. Well, in fact, ngayon nga, mas lalo akong ginaganahan eh. Mas lalo akong nagiging motivated na para mas labulin yung career ko. Kailangan mo lang talaga i-manage yung time between sa kids tsaka sa career. Pero kaya naman eh, kasi mas magiging inspire ka pag nandyan yung bata. Kumbaga, parang lahat ng ginagawa mo kasi ngayon para sa kanila eh. Hindi na lang yung para, before, gusto kong umarte kasi gusto kong makita ako sa TV, gusto kong maging proud yung mga kaibigan ko sa akin. Pero ngayon, ginagawa mo to kasi bahalang araw mapapanood ng mga anak mo. Pag nagka-pangalan ka na malaki sa show business, magiging proud din yung bata para sa'yo. Mabibigay mo yung, lalo na financial needs nila. So yung misconception doon is being a father, kumbaga hindi mawawala yung fun eh. Mas lalong magiging masaya. And gaya nga nasabi ko, laro lang kayo ng laro ng bata. And yun.
Ang ganda, ang ganda. And of course, I hope the daddies also are taking notes as well. And for the moms din, di ba? Napakagandang mga life lessons from Daddy Kaiser. So speaking about lessons, Daddy Kaiser, what would you say is the biggest lesson you learned from being a father?
I think mas to be more responsible, not just, kumbaga, lahat ng word na may li, dapat maging responsible ka doon. Responsible ka physically sa katawan mo, dapat alagaan mo yung katawan mo, mag-exercise ka, mag-diet ka ng yung proper diet para habang lumalaki yung anak mo, di ka rin ganun ka physically wear out. Tapos financially, kailangan maging responsable ka kasi sobrang mahal na ngayon. Lalo pandemic, halos lahat tayo affected. So kailangan wise ka pagdating sa paggastos. Tapos emotionally din, kailangan nakokontrol mo yung temper mo. Kasi nakikita ng mga bata yun eh. Tapos pag nag-aaway kayo, kumbaga napapasok subconsciously, pumapasok na sa kanila yan eh. So paglaki nila, baka may effect. I'm sure may effect talaga yun. Kaya dapat lahat ng mga lili na yan, dapat responsable ka.
I love that. Sobrang holistic, 'di ba? So lahat talaga ng aspects. Kasi syempre tayo ang unang role model nila as they are growing up, no? Sobrang ganda, no? Maybe Daddy Kaiser, no? You can also share with the parents watching, no? Paano ba ang pag-raise ng mga boys? Lalo na all boys ka, 'di ba? So anong tip naman? Ako, kailangan ba talaga naka high energy all the time ang isang parent ng all boys?
Ayun, mataas energy kasi mga lalaki. Pero I think, di naman kailangan ganun. Pero dapat quality lang talaga. Like, yung iba, syempre yung iba medyo, sabihin na natin, medyo late na sila nagkaanak. So, medyo tumatamlay na ng onte. So, pwede naman yun, like, basahan mo ng libro. Basahan mo ng mga tiny buds na libro kasi maraming lessons yun. Di ba? Yan, hindi kailangan naman ng energy talaga eh. Importante, nandun ka pag nandun yung bata. Hindi yung nandun ka nga, pero yung kabilang kamay mo nagsi-cellphone. Silip ka ng silip kung may nag-text. Di ba? So, I think mas okay kung nandun yung bata, tutok ka rin sa kanya. Kaya nga sinasabi laging lesson, di ba? Dapat naka-eye-to-eye contact ka lagi sa bata. Kasi nararamdaman din nila yon pag hindi 100% yung attention mo sa kanila.
May times nangaagaw pa ng cellphone yan, no? Kapag nakita nilang nakatingin ka.
Oo, yung nanay din nangaagaw ng cellphone pag katabi. Sino na naman?
Alright. Sobrang fun to be able to talk to you, Daddy Kaiser, and to touch base as well with your family there in Davao. So I hope everybody's doing well. Daddy Kaiser, we are now going to let our audience naman participate by playing a super fun trivia game. Game ka na ba dyan?
Game na!
Game na! Okay, so to all the parents watching, mommies and daddy bods, we are going to be playing a trivia game today, our favorite. And our theme for today is the best dads in the animal kingdom. So magkakaroon tayo ng trivia questions. And all you guys need to do to be able to join and to win is to comment below with your answers and the correct hashtag. So for every single round, meron tayong hashtag. So hashtag round 1, round 2, etc. Meron naman kayong choices. And of course, I will be giving the question. And of course, Daddy Kaiser will be the one to give you guys the answer. Okay? So let's pop up. Okay na ba? Let's pop up our hashtag round 1. Alright, hashtag round 1. Please comment below with hashtag round 1. Which animal fathers give birth? So may 3 choices po tayo. You have the moth, the seahorse, or the anteater. Grabe, Daddy Kaiser, no? Ang lalaki sa ganitong animal, they are the ones na nag-give birth. Wow.
Oh, talaga?
Very interesting. Meron palang ganon. So talagang nakakapagpahanga talaga with the different types of animals. Kanya-kanya din parenting style. Ito naman, ang style nila, yung daddy ang mga anak. Ganon.
Diyos ko, parang ayoko nun.
Ayan. So guys, again, we have 3 options below. Is it the moth, the seahorse, or the anteater? May oras pa pong mag-google. I-google nyo na yan kung gusto nyo manalo. And don't forget to comment below with hashtag round 1. Ayan. Mukhang may nakakakuha na ng correct answer. Daddy Kaiser, let's reveal. What is the correct answer?
Answer is seahorse!
Alright! Yes, it is the seahorse. Very interesting. So if you guys did not know the seahorse, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the only animals in the world where the male is the one that gives birth. So ang nangyayari, correct me if I'm wrong guys ang nangyayari is yung female naglalay ng egg sa pouch niya. So meron siya parang pouch, parang kangaroo. And then, dun lalaki yung eggs, dun magi-incubate, then lalabas din sa kanyang pouch pag nag-hatch na sila. So, kaya ang seahorse, ang daddy seahorses, sila ang nanganganak. Okay. Alright, so interesting. Buti na lang hindi tayo yun, no? Daddy Kaiser. Okay. So
galing.
Let's move on to our hashtag round number 2. Guys, okay, pwede pang manalo ng prizes. Don't forget to comment below hashtag round 2. Okay, let's pop it up. Hashtag round 2. The question is, this bird na dad cares for the egg until it hatches. So wow, napaka-responsable ng dad na ito. Siya ang nag-aalaga ng egg. You know, usually, di ba, yung girls yung nag-aalaga ng egg. Ito hindi, yung dad ang nag-aalaga ng egg hanggang mag-hatch siya. So we have 3 options, guys. Penguin, eagle, or duck. Ayan, napaka-interesting, di ba? Ito yung talagang...
Familiar.
Very familiar.
Familiar to. Parang may movie yata nito eh. Parang may movie about
parang
it.
Meron nga. Parang meron.
Happy something.
Ayan. Happy hands. Maybe. Ayan. So, very interesting again, guys. If you want to join and win some prizes, don't forget to just comment below with hashtag round 2 and your best guesses. Ayan. Ang gagaling. Nag-work yata, Daddy Kaiser, ang iyong tip kasi ang dami nang nakakakuha ng correct answer. It's time to reveal what is the correct answer.
Penguin!
Yes! It is the penguin! Ayan. Very, very interesting din, no? So, talagang kanya-kanyang animal, kanya-kanyang parenting style talaga. So, the penguin, specifically yung emperor penguin, ganito kasi siya. So, once nag-lay na ng egg ang mommy, papasa na ngayon yung egg kay daddy. So, si daddy na ang uupo sa egg. Tapos, dahil sa sobrang pagod ng pregnancy at pag-give birth ng mommy penguin, si mommy penguin, aalis siya ngayon. Maghahanap siya ng pagkain, yun yung kailangan niya mag-recharge, recuperate. Habang wala siya, naiwan yung egg kay daddy penguin. So usually, ang mom nawawala, hindi lang yan days, weeks siya wala. And yung buong time na yon na nag-hunting siya, nag-rest siya, ganyan, si daddy hindi pwede gumalaw kasi baka malamigan yung egg. Sobrang cute. Kaya nag-waddle ang ibang penguins kasi may egg pala sa ilalim. Binabalance nila.
Okay.
Ganun, sobrang interesting. And then hintayin nila na bumalik si mommy. And hopefully, by then, nag-hatch na yung egg. Ayan. So, very
Buti na lang hindi ganyan sa tao.
Ayan. So,
Gala ng gala yung mommy.
kakaiba. Kakaiba ang kanilang style din. So, gagala muna si mommy o daddy, ikaw naman. So, yung mga daddy buds dyan, o diba, ang swerte nyo naman, if that is not the way things are happening there. But ang ganda, diba, share the load talaga sila. Ayan. So, very interesting. Now, Daddy Kaiser, before we let you go, can we ask you to give a tip for the daddy buds watching and also for the mommies?
Okay, so sa tip ko sa mga dads, I think, kumbaga, mas lalo niyong mahalin si Mrs. Kasi sobrang hirap mag-alaga ng bata. Yung Mrs. ko, 26 months na, non-stop, nagpapa-breastfeed. Ang hirap, halos hindi na nawawala na yung me time niya. Kaya doon dapat mas ma-feel nila na mas mahal natin sila. Kumbaga, kahit yung mga simpleng bagay lang na, kunwari, feeling mo, gusto niya uminom ng tubig, bigyan mo ng tubig. Mga ganun lang, yung mga small details, yun yung importante. Yun yung pagdating kay Mrs. Sa bata naman, yun yung inuulit-ulit ko, yung quality time lang lagi. Kumbaga, ibigay mo lahat ng attention mo sa kanya kasi sobrang bilis nila lumaki. Tapos niyan, kakalis niya, mag-girlfriend na yan, iiwan ka na rin niya. Oo. Doon na yan sa girlfriend lagi. Gagawa na rin ng mga bagong tiny buds yan. Kaya ngayong maliit pa, yung hindi pa nakakapalag, enjoyin mo na siya. Tapos sa mga mami naman, since hirap naman kayo dyan, utusan nyo lang kami ng utusan ng mga daddy. Pakunin nyo kami ng mga ganito, pabilin nyo kami ng mga ganyan. Kasi kayo ang reyna ng tahanan. Diba? So, sa mga mami, laban lang. Mahirap yan, pero kaya yan.
Hala, Daddy Kaiser, baka lahat sa comments, sana all na. Nako! Hashtag sana all. Yan. Sana
Hindi,
all.
I'm sure mas madaming daddies dyan na kumbaga, mas experience sa akin, mas magaling. Ito yung, kumbaga, kung ano lang yung pwede kong ma-share na maliliit na bagay, na magpa-remember sa kanila na, o nga, no?
Sobrang dami nating learnings. Kahit sabihin mo, it's simple, pero sobrang big deal yan para sa little ones natin. So, thank you so much, Daddy Kaiser. Now, I know the mommies have so many questions pa for you. So, in case they want to ask you or follow you online, where can they find you, Daddy Kaiser?
Follow nyo lang ako sa lahat sa mga social media platforms ko, Kaiser Boado.
Ayan. So, napakadali lang, guys. If you guys have further questions or you just wanna get to see a peek into Daddy Kaiser's life with his two little boys and, of course, have fun seeing all his content. He's so talented, guys. Sobrang funny, sobrang witty talaga ng content. And talagang may puso. I love watching and following as well. So thank you so much, Daddy Kaiser, for spending this day with us and spending your time with us. And happy Father's Day.
Salamat! Thank you! Nag-enjoy ako sa ulitin.
Alright! Wasn't that fun, guys? Don't worry, ang dami pa nating prizes na ipamimigay later on for part 2 of our game. Up next, I am super excited to introduce our next Daddy Bud guest. And this daddy is very interesting ang kanyang story, no? So, in the first 5 years of his marriage, they really struggled to have a baby. And when they were finally blessed, for the next 5 years naman after, he struggled naman on how to be a good dad. So, he really resolved, sabi niya, sige, medyo mahirap tong pagiging daddy, no? So, he really learned, he taught himself to be not just a better father, but also a better husband. That's why nowadays, meron na siyang own advocacy niya to teach all the new dads, the first-time dads out there who are also struggling, to give them parenting tips, mga daddy tips, how to dad, and he does this through a weekly Zoom call na Dad Kwentuhan. Wow, super saya. And that Zoom call is like every Monday. So we're gonna ask him later on how your partners, all those daddy buds watching, can also join. Now, he's a full-time dad, and by day, he is also a property guru. He has a decade of experience working corporate with the Ayala Group and has a real estate management graduate degree from the Harvard Business School. So I'm sure ang dami-dami nating matututunan sa ating next guest. So without further ado, here, let us welcome our next guest, Daddy Carl D.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Lorena.
Hello!
Hello, mga Daddy Buds Club, and it's so good to be here. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Ayan, of course, Daddy Carl, we are so excited to learn from you today. So if you guys did not know, Daddy Carl is actually a dad of 3 wonderful little ladies. So talagang very experienced na siya, and he's here again to give us some tips. Now, I know, Daddy Carl, that you have prepared some tips for all the first-time dads, and of course, the moms who are watching as well. So maybe you can share with us some of your tips.
Thank you very much, Lorena, for inviting me to the Daddy Buds Club show. And hello sa lahat ng mga mommy. And I hope you can bring your dads to listen in also. Just like what Lorena mentioned, during the first 5 years of our marriage, nahirapan kami to have a baby. We would have a pregnancy and then miscarriage, pregnancy, miscarriage. So 5 total miscarriages. And then it was really a dark time for us, for me and my wife. We were challenged. I was down on my knees praying and say, Lord, kahit isang baby lang, I would be really grateful. And then after 5 years of praying, God blessed us with our first baby. But this is the funny story. After we got our first baby, Lorena, happy na kami, di ba? Prayers answered. After 3 months, my wife got pregnant again. So I was back down on my knees. I was down on my knees and saying, Lord, bakit naman dalawa sabay? How am I gonna financially make this work? So really, really funny story. And from 0 baby to just being happy with 1, I had 2. And after 5 more years, I had another blessing, a 3rd daughter. So 3 beautiful daughters, and I feel so blessed. But I'm gonna tell all the audience out there, if you're lost, you don't know what to do, you're confused, you don't know how do I navigate through this journey, hindi ka nag-iisa dahil ako rin. I went through a lot of ups and downs with being a father. And I think today, my eldest is now 13 years old. So 13 years old na tayong daddy. Still struggling, still trying to find how to improve, and also married for 18 years.
Wow.
Also, work in progress, how to be a better husband for my wife. So, Lorena, it's a never-ending learning and improving. Salamat. So, Lorena, you invited me to share some tips for the mommy and the daddies that are listening, no? Yung part ng Daddy Buds Club. So, there's so many things I want to share to you, but somehow I prayed and say, Lord, ano bang pwede ko ma-share to the audience? And God spoke to me and said, okay, talk about this one thing. It's modeling. So I want to share to all the dads and all the moms out there, please pull your dads to listen, also to pull your husbands to listen. Lorena, what I'm applying as a father and as a husband is parang years of falling down, years of learning from both the church where I go to and my work in the corporate world. So I work with the Ayala Group for more than 10 years. So yung structure ng corporate world mixed with the with the learning from my Christian mentors. So modeling, Lorena, is what I'm gonna share, and I have 5 tips for your audience.
Wow.
So game na ba tayo, Lorena?
Game na game! Daddy Buds Carl, let's proceed. Ayan.
So modeling, mga dads and mga mom, is showing your kids how to be a better person by you mismo doing it yourself. You know, we have to, sabi nga ng mga mentors natin, your kids are looking at you. And at their young age, they only see a few people. And you, the dad and the mom, you're one of them. They look up to you. So it's very important that we model the things we want our kids to do. Diba? Kumbaga, if we want our kids to be healthy, we have to model being healthy. If we want our kids to be honest, to be truthful, to be calm, we also have to model that when we speak to them. Ayan. So modeling is very important. And you know, I just want to share that dads, we are not just a financial provider. We also have to be hands-on. Kumbaga yung relationship natin, yung time spent together with our kids. I have 3 daughters, so yung mga nakikinig dito na may daughters, di ba? It's so challenging. I mean, how do we navigate this the world of the daughters, di ba?
Ayan, yes, the girl dads. Oo.
Yes. Exactly. You know, so number 1 is to model. So basta kung anong gusto natin our kids to become, we have to show them how it's done. Diba? And then, of course, if we want to teach our kids lessons, it is not through criticism, it is not through spanking or being harsh, it's through love. And love is like spending time with them, holding their hands, and being kind to them. Just like how Jesus loves you and me. Diba? You know, Jesus is very forgiving, He's not too strict with us, and He guides us. So yun yung number 1 tip ko, Lorena, is to model for our kids.
Wonderful. Guys, hindi yung modeling na may camera. Iba yon. Okay, modeling. Ayan, sample. Ayan. Alright, so very wonderful. Shall we also move on to our other lessons?
Okay, number 2, mga dads and mga moms, I want us all to be reminded, you know, that God looks at our hearts more than anything. Jesus does not look at our action. Jesus does not look at our performance, but Jesus looks at our heart. And I want to emphasize that we also as parents, we want to focus on our hearts and our kids' heart. Meaning, for my family kasi, Lorena, we are not that performance conscious. Meaning our kids can be an average kids in school as long as they have kind hearts. Kumbaga, just to exaggerate, we don't want them to be super high performers pero their heart is in the wrong place. You get what I mean, di ba, Lorena?
Right, yes.
So I just want to remind all the parents that tayo rin, we have to show our kids what is inside our hearts. Kumbaga, if we want them to be successful, it has to be in a parang value-centered, God-centered way of reaching that goal. So always check our hearts. That's my number 2 advice.
Ayan, and I love that so much because I think as parents, you always want your child to do well, right? But it's also your definition as a parent, what is doing well? Diba? Is it the grades? Is it the achievements? Is that your measure of success? Or is it the personality and the values of the kid? Ayan, I love that.
Lorena, I just want to add what you mentioned. You know, you're right, no? Kumbaga, what is important to us as parents? Is it the grades? Is it what other people will say about our kids? Or is it our kids being at home with the family? For us, for me and my wife, that's what's important for us, is we want our daughters to be in their comfortable self when they're in the house. I want our kids to be able to come to me and say, Daddy, I'm having this problem. can I talk to you about this? And they will not feel scared or feel criticized. So yun yung gusto natin i-share sa mga audience na it's not all about performance or grades. It's also about the heart.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that. Okay, and I'm sure our audience is so excited for the next lesson that you're gonna drop. Ayan.
Okay. I'm gonna give you five tips. No? So number 3 is I want us dads, I'll speak to the dads na lang, Lorena, ha, para no. You know, I heard that pag may mga PTA, it's mostly the moms that are attending. I want to encourage all the dads, like, no, let's be present also in our PTAs. Let's be present in our kids' life. Kasi the mom gives certain kumbaga, teachings to their kids. Tayo naman as dads, we also give something different from the moms. Kaya our presence in our kids' life also gives them emotional stability, yung reassurance. So number 3, Lorena, I just want to share, we as the dads, we have to model peaceful communication. Diba? Alam mo, minsan kasi tayo as dads, we resort to being the disciplinarian. We sort to, no, I'm the tough guy in the house. Especially for me, having daughters, I don't want them to have a fear of a fatherly figure. I want them to be able to be comfortable with me as their dad. I want them to be able to run to me when they make a mistake. I want them to be able to go to me when they have a problem. Ayoko yung takot sila sa akin kasi baka mapagalitan. You know, moms, dads, I want to share with you, if we are always criticizing our kids, if they, di ba may narinig ako in our culture, di ba? Huwag mong gawin yan. Kung hindi, magagalit ako sa'yo. At kung ginawa mo man, huwag ka magpapahuli sa akin. So what are we telling our kids? If you do something bad, make sure I don't catch you. That's teaching them to kind of lie about things, diba? And then, you know, when I remember when I was growing up, when I fall down, let's say sa bicycle, I would go home, I would tell my parents, uy, I fell down and I hurt my knees. My parents would be the first to scold me and say, ikaw kasi, ganyan-ganyan. I told you already, you should be careful, ganun-ganun. So next time it happens, I have fear na of being transparent to my parents. So in my case, that's how I started when I was a younger dad. But my mentors taught me na, hindi, Carl, you know, when they come to you and they show them your vulnerability, you accept them. But if they show, ito, another power tip, guys. If they show you their vulnerability, you have to acknowledge and say, alam mo, ako din. I also made my mistakes when I was growing up. I also fell down when I was riding a bike. I also failed when I was in school. Guys, dads, you know, that's so powerful in building the confidence of our kids. Agree, Lorena?
Super agree, and I definitely can see the impact that has on a child to show your own, 'di ba, vulnerability as a parent. Na tao lang din naman tayo, 'di ba? Love that.
You know, I love what you mentioned. You know, kami in our family dinners, we have intentional conversation. Like we intentionally share our struggles. Like I would tell my kids, you know, Daddy, I made a boo-boo today. I was in a talk and I was so nervous. You know, I made this wrong decision and I lost money. I guess you can now see where I'm going at, diba? Wherein you show your vulnerability, and when the kids, they make a mistake, they can come to you and say, Daddy, you know, I think did the same. I kind of make a wrong decision in school earlier. I regret it. And I kind of said something bad that I regret. And I'm very sorry. How do you think, Dad, I should recover from my mistake? See, tayo as dads, we have to model that vulnerability. We are not perfect. And a lot of parents, they do that. They show that they're perfect. Kaya yung daughter cannot relate to them. The son cannot relate to them. Diba? And I will tell my friends, you know what's for me, I tell my friends, grades are not important. Medals are not important. Maybe at least they do the best that they can do because of the gift that God gave them. And I'm happy with that. Just doing the best they can. And confidence for me is not walking around with their head up high. Confidence is for my daughters to be able to reach out to a person who is in need. I think that's a real definition of confidence. Now, Lorena, being able to go to a classmate that has failed in school and is by herself. Diba? Lonely, walang kasama. I want my kids to be able to go to them and say, hey, it's okay. Let's have lunch together. Let's have a snack together. I think that's the confidence I want with my daughters.
Sobrang ganda. And also, Daddy Carl, especially because you are a dad of all the girls. Hindi, of all girls, diba? So, it's not just about being a person that they're getting from you, but also what to expect from their partner one day.
Exactly. I want to share what you mentioned, Lorena, about partners. Like, I have daughters, so even if they're just 13 and 12, I kind of remind them on to choose a good husband, a good partner, because it's very important that they choose the right partner, somebody who is God-centered and somebody who would respect them and love them just like how their daddy takes care of them. So medyo high standard, ano?
Sobra, ayan, setting the bar very high. Ayan. But of course, that in the long run kasi, it gives them also yung sense of self-worth ba? This is how a good relationship is supposed to look like, because this is the relationship that my parents had, that I grew up with.
Exactly, Lorena. And that's why I never talked about grades or performance-based. We are never performance-based in our family. And I just want to add now, since we're in number 3, which is model peaceful communication, I somehow allow my daughters to respond to me. My household is not I'm the dad, you follow me, you cannot talk back. Mm-hmm. They are allowed to respectfully negotiate at some point with me. They're allowed to, as long as they do it lovingly, I hear them out, diba? I don't, kasi I want them to grow up and be able to speak up to anybody properly, with respect, with love, with kindness. So I encourage that in the household, na yes, you can talk to me, we can negotiate, you can tell me. And whenever they would negotiate with me, I will listen. I have 3 tips about communication. Number 1 is you listen intently, ask questions, and acknowledge na, okay, I hear your concern. And number 2, after you acknowledge, is you repeat. Did I hear you right? That this is what you're feeling, this is what you're suggesting. And number 3, you share your thoughts and you ask them, how do you think we can make this work? So that's a nice, especially if your kids are like my kids na medyo pre-teens and they now can communicate. You want to make sure they don't just walk away and shut up. You want them to express their feelings. Ayan. So model peaceful communication in the household.
I love that. All right. So I know they're excited to find out what is our lesson number 4.
All right. Now, lesson number 4 is we should set goals in the family. One thing I learned working in the corporate world is setting goals. And we should not forget that in the household. So what is setting goals? Setting goals is many, many facets. It can be as simple as short-term goal. Today, I want to do this. Chores. This is your chores. Your goal is to finish the chores by 7 o'clock. Your goal is to set the table before dinner. Those are goals. And sometimes our kids, they need that. They need something to look forward to. Just like tayo, for those working in the corporate world, diba? We always look at our KPI, our targets, our quota, and it drives us. So our kids, it's also good to have goals. And there are many types of goals, guys. There are short-term goals, and there's the long-term goals. And there's the tangible goals, and there's the intangible goals. Okay, meaning short-term goals, these are like whatever na yun, short-term lang. And then long-term naman is, so I want to go to this university, I want to go to abroad, I want to become a pilot. So may short-term kami, long-term. And then tayo rin as parents, we have to model that. We also have to share our goals. Like kami with my wife, we also share so many things to share in our dinner table. Our vulnerabilities, my boo-boo for the day, what I did wrong, what decision I made wrong, did I lose money in this investment, and my wins. I also share my wins. So ganun ang usapan namin in our dining table. Sometimes my daughters would complain that it's boring, but I think in the long run they would appreciate it. So it's really that culture of openness in the family, di ba? Nobody's being judged. And siguro just to add lang, going back to communication, there's this one very powerful word that I want to share with all the dads. It starts with letter A, and the next letter is FF, affirmation. And I think, Lorena, you can relate to this, that we all need affirmation. Agree?
Definitely agree. That pat in the back,
So all the dads, criticism or affirmation, I think we and our kids can work well with affirmation. When they come to say, Daddy, should I buy this or this one? Should I do this volcano project or this waterfall? It means they're confused. So it's an opportunity for us to teach them also how to process things. Diba? So you affirm them na, what do you think you're more passionate about? Oh, Daddy, I think I want to do the volcano. But my friends, they say it's difficult. But anak, what do you really want to do? I really want to do the volcano. Oh, sige, don't worry. What's a difficult part of the volcano? I'm here to help you. There you go. That's the affirmation part.
Ayan.
Knowing that you are there for them, even if they succeed or fail, you are there for them. Never, you are only there for them when they succeed. But if they fail, they're on their own. And I would hear that from the Filipino families na parang, sige, if you want to go into that business, pag nag-fail, bahala ka, ha? Don't come to me. That's not an affirmation, di ba?
Yeah.
It's so difficult to enter a venture knowing that that's the last sentence your parents told you. Bahala ka na if you want to enter that venture. Basta if you fail, don't come to me. Patay. Sige, Dad, hindi ko na lang gagawin. But what your kids needs to hear, especially for the boys, is, sige anak, you go for it. Basta, let's study it together. Let's make sure we calculate our risks. And if you fail, I'm here for you. Let's do this together. We will not fail. We will try everything we can. Basta, I'm here for you. Di ba, Lorena? It feels so good to hear those sentences from your parents.
Sobrang important. Lalo na when you're talking about new goals, new ventures, new projects, whatever it is your child, no matter what age, is trying to do that's new. Parang the safety net, di ba, Daddy Carl, doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna bail them out. That's not what it always means. Sometimes it just means emotional support and mental support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said it right. Physical support, mental support, financial support. We have to be there as the parents. Yeah. So number 4 is goal setting for the family. And siguro, I've been speaking a lot about our dinner tables when we talk. Siguro, the umbrella of that discussions in the family is the family culture. Diba? In every endeavor that we go into, a business, a company, a big corporation like the Ayala Group, they have an Ayala culture. What is the culture inside Ayala? Okay, it's values-based. You have to be transparent. You have to be honest. You have to do the best you can. You're customer-centered. That's the value. That's the culture of being with the Ayala Group. What is the culture in your household? Something to ask yourself, mga dads. Do you have a culture in place? Just to share, like for me and my wife, our culture in our family is yung mga nakwento ko. We show our vulnerability. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be honest. We talk about a lot of things. We are here for you no matter what. We want you to have a good husband in the future. So you also have to set your family culture and kumbaga live it out day by day. You are your family is driven by this family culture. Yes.
I love that. And that you can be
And-
intentional about it, no? Setting that culture and putting it in place.
Exactly. The right keyword you mentioned is intentional. And I wanna, before we move to the last one, I wanna share lang last. Kanina I mentioned about tangible goals and intangible goals. Diba? Tangible goals are material things. You know, I want this toy, I want this gadget, I want this notebook for my stationery, my pen. Those are tangible goals. Don't forget na we also have intangible goals. Like, let's plan a trip together. Let's save up. I want to go to Japan when the pandemic is over. Or I want to go to the beach when the pandemic is over. We need 20,000 pesos. Okay, guys, let's all work together, encourage each other so we can save 20,000. Okay, how do we do it? Daddy will save 500 every week. Yeah, 500. Mommy will keep it, and we will keep track of it. And then after a few weeks, you see, Lorena, if you involve your kids in goal settings for the family, they become less entitled.
So true.
And
so
they enjoy the
true.
trip more. And I tell you, Lorena, all my suggestions does not cost money. I mean, diba, the saving part, the discussion part, these are things you can apply immediately in your family.
Ang galing. And of course, ang dami nating
Ayan.
mga learnings talaga. Let's go to our final lesson from Daddy Carl.
I'm also sad na matatapos ng aking talk, but number 5 is modeling. Nasa modeling tayo, diba? I want you guys to model resilience. Yan, model resilience. You know, it's just like what I mentioned kanina, and you mentioned it, Lorena. It's not about being perfect. Never show your kids you are perfect because mahihirapan sila to cope. Mahihirapan sila. Show all your vulnerabilities. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Your mistakes in the past are your strengths. you tell your kids if you fail in high school, if you made this mistake somewhere in your life, it's okay. Tell them about it. Tell them what you learned and how you bounce back. Having that culture allows your kids to have that confidence na, okay, if I make a mistake, it happens to mommy and daddy, I just have to bounce back. I don't need to be stuck in that depression state. Parang ganon. So how do you model resilience? Yun nga, in the dinner table, you talk about your vulnerabilities, your mistake. But this is what I want to emphasize. Also discuss the process of how you solve your problems. For example, you ran through a business problem. You're online. A client will complain about your item. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's the delivery person's fault. So you talk about it with your kids, and then you sometimes you don't have the answer, but you navigate through the problem together. And what are you teaching your kids? You're now teaching your kids problem solving, analysis. In our family, the answer is never as important as the process. I always verbalize to my daughters na don't be in a rush to come up with the answer. I want you to spend time analyzing the situation, analyzing the given, analyzing options. And whatever answer you come out of it, life is not perfect. If it's a wrong answer, we just restart and redo it again. So that's resilience. And I also want to emphasize the word restart because, sometimes we put ourselves in situations na, oops, wrong decision, wrong turn, wrong words spoken. But allow yourself to restart. The other day, I was talking to a senior relative and he kind of pushed my button. We're human. So medyo nakapagsalita ako ng harsh. And I kind of regret it. In 30 minutes, I regret it. I felt bad. And I said, okay, I need to do a restart. Even if it's his fault, or maybe it's my fault. But I don't want this burden to affect our relationship. So I had to reach out and say, hey, I'm sorry, I burst out. Please forgive me, my apologies. Let's restart. So I told this to my kids to teach them na whenever you say something to your sister, because you're only human, you have buttons, you get pushed, and you regret it, wag mong panagutan. Don't keep at it, but say, I'm sorry, let's do a restart. So there, Lorena, that's all about resiliency. How to bounce back whenever you're in a rut, whenever you're in a down situation.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's number 5, building, modeling resiliency.
Yes, and it's as important to show children that if they make a mistake, there's always a way to come back out of it. Or kung hindi man, what is the lesson that we got from that mistake? And how do we just improve moving forward? Yun. All right.
So Lorena, I just want to quickly summarize the 5, just para meron lang closing. Let's all close this together. So number 1, I want to emphasize modeling, guys. Modeling is not dictating; it's showing. We living what our kids, what we are living, how we want our kids to live. Number 1, so yun nga, model. Be what you want your kids to become. Number 2, look at your heart. God always looks at the heart. Number 3, model peaceful communication. Allow your kids to be able to communicate with you lovingly, openly. Number 4 is goal setting. Do short-term goals, long-term goals, tangible goals, and intangible goals. And number 5 is model resilience. Always have a restart in your family. Allow your family to restart. Whenever there's a mistake, I'm sorry, restart. Wag yung there's a mistake, forever mo nang di makakalimutan yung mistake.
Ayan, ang ganda. And I'm sure, di ba, ang dami pang questions ng mommies and the daddies who are watching us today. So if they want to ask you questions or follow you, Daddy Carl, where can they reach you or follow you online?
Thank you for asking that. You can reach me. You can know about my talks, my Dad Kwentuhan every Monday in my Facebook page, Carl D-Property Guru. So just go to my page, and that's where I put whatever events or talks I have.
Ayan. So, follow na for all the daddies or the mommies watching. I-share nyo na yung page na yon to your partners. Ayan. Of course, Daddy Carl, next up, we are going to be, of course, playing a game, giving again our audience chances to win some prizes today. So guys, yung mga bagong pasok lang sa live stream, this is the second half of our game. I will just repeat the instructions very quickly. We are going to be doing a trivia on the best dads of the animal kingdom. Now, all you guys need to do is to answer the question. So when you answer the question, don't forget to use the hashtag posted down below. So may hashtag, you have to use that hashtag or else we don't know which one you're answering. So I will give the question, and of course, Daddy Carl will be the one to give the answers. Comment lang below ng inyong best guesses and the winners will be posted on our Viber group. So let's go, Daddy Carl! Ready na ba tayo for the first trivia question? Hashtag round 3. Hashtag round 3. Let's pop it up. Alright, so this question, hashtag round 3. The males of this animal, they gain and they also lose weight along with their partners during the pregnancy process. Habang lumalaki yung tiyan din ng kanilang partners na may dalang baby, they're also gaining weight and they're also losing weight after the pregnancy. So interesting, guys. May oras pa para mag-Google. So go lang. These are again trivia questions about the best animal dads in the whole animal kingdom, the best behaviors. And this is a very cute one as well. No? So we'll explain a bit more why they do this. Ayan. Okay. So I think marami nang nakapag-guess ng question natin. Just again, use hashtag round 3. And that will tell us if you got the correct answer. Okay, so Daddy Carl, are you ready to let them know the correct answer? Okay, let's reveal it.
And the correct answer is monkey.
All right. Okay. Okay, so yung monkey, actually there's a specific species, no? It's called the tamarin monkey. Okay, so very interesting, guys. Ang tamarin monkey, yung mga dads or yung mga males, what they do is kapag buntis yung partners nila, they also eat and they gain weight as well. And then, they lose weight after the pregnancy. Alam nyo bakit? Kasi nasa stress daw sila sa kakaalaga rin ng baby. They go through the whole process with their partners. And the reason why they do this is there's a hormone in their bodies that kind of parang they go through the same process as their partners, and it makes them closer to the baby. So very, very interesting. Alright, so let's move to our next question, Daddy Carl. Imagine mo, ikaw rin ba na-gain weight ka rin ba during your wife's pregnancies?
Of course! Show of support.
To show support, tama yan. Okay, so let's move on to our final trivia question, okay? Hashtag round 4. Let's pop it up. Ato, interesting. This animal dad dates his partner very often. Ayan. This animal dad dates his partner very often. We have 3 choices. Is it the gorilla, the lion, or the hippo? Ayan. O, diba? Paano ang date nights ngayon, Daddy Carl, for you?
Ang date night ngayon is we drive around and just stay in the car.
Oh, yan. Site parang window shopping, window dating.
Yeah.
Ayan. So guys, again, we have 3 choices. Which animal dad dates his partner very often? Is it the gorilla, the lion, or the hippo? Don't forget to comment below with your answer and the hashtag round 4. Don't forget that hashtag. Alright, okay. Mukhang may nakakakuha na ng mga correct answers. Daddy Carl, it's time to reveal. The correct answer is...
The right answer is gorilla.
Ooh, the gorilla! Okay, now this is a very interesting fact. Ang gorillas pala, very romantic, no? So just to share with everybody, the gorilla dad kasi, siya yung in charge ng buong family. So the gorilla dad is the one that is hunting food and gathering food for the entire family. But once it is time to eat, ang ginagawa pala ng gorilla dad, he actually kind of like pushes away, of course gently, all the kids and the babies, sila muna ng partner niya ang kakain. Yun yung kanilang date tinatawag. So they would eat first, the 2 parents, and after they are done eating, that's when all the little ones are invited to come in and join the meal. Ayan. Very, very interesting. Alright, so thank you so much, Daddy Carl, for sharing your time with us today. Before we let you go, can you share your final tip for all the dads and moms watching?
Thank you very much. It's so much fun to be in your show. Last tips for the dads. You know, dads, instead of being a disciplinarian, let's show love. Let's show compassion. Let's show kindness. Let's be there, show our vulnerability to our kids. For the dads yun. For the moms, one thing that I've learned from one of my mentors is to correct with love. Meaning, wag tayong masyadong ma-high blood with our kids. Pag may maliliit na bagay, you correct with love. Your kids should not be in front of you when you scold them. They should be beside you when you scold them and you're holding their hands. They may do something wrong, but the love should always be there.
I love that so much. Thank you again, Daddy Carl, and reminding everybody can follow Daddy Carl online if you want to go ahead and ask him even more questions after this live stream. Thank you, Daddy Carl, and happy Father's Day!
Thank you, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Alright, so we are now back. Thank you so much to all the mommies and daddy buds watching our live stream today. I know that Father's Day is going to be so special this year for you and your family because again, it is really kind of the unexpected blessing talaga to be able to spend time with each other at home this year, alright? So before we let you guys go, I'm reminding everybody we still have the most engaged giveaway that is ongoing till the end of the live stream. Let us pop up the mechanics over here. The most engaged giveaway again goes to the viewer with the most number of comments, the most energy, the most life in the comment section down below. Comment lang ng comment. Don't forget, for you to be able to win this prize, you will need to, of course, like and to share this live stream. Sharers are winners and winners are sharers, so only sharers are eligible. So don't forget to like, and share. Follow Tiny Buds on our social media. All these accounts are listed over here. On Instagram, we are at Tiny Buds Baby. On Facebook, Tiny Buds. And on TikTok, Tiny Buds Baby as well. Finally, all of the winners from today, the trivia questions. I hope marami kayong natutunan today. And of course, the most engaged giveaway winner will be posted in the Tiny Buds official Viber group. Thank you so much for spending your day with us. And have a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day. Bye-bye!